Over 500,000 matric learners will sit for English Home Language and English First Additional Language today, and a grenade attack on a nightclub in the center of the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, has injured 14 people. Ambusisiwa Khadeb with the latest news update. Over 500,000 matric learners will sit for English Home Language and English First Additional Language today. While the exams began last week with computer application technology, today marks a milestone with most of the matrics writing. Over 600,000 learners have registered to write exams this year. Our senior education reporter Angela Bolwana filed this report.
Today undoubtedly marks the first day of exams for most matric learners. What the beginning of the exams showed last week is that there's still a long way to go in terms of leveling education in this country. The subjects written then were computer applications technology and information technology, which saw only a total of 49,000 learners writing. Most schools are in townships and learners there do not have access to computers. Today, 510,000 matric learners are sitting for the exams, and this shows how much work the Department of Education still needs to do. The average pass rate for English First Additional Language in the last 2 years stands at over 70% and English Home Language at over 90%. Angela Bolwana, SABC News, Johannesburg.
The ANC Youth League says no amount of criticism will derail its planned economic freedom marches in Gauteng this week. SACP Secretary General Bladen Zimande said earlier his party would not be supporting any march whose intention is to undermine the authority of the ANC and the government. The League's Deputy President, Ronald Lamola, was giving an O.R. Tambo Memorial Lecture in Galeshewe in the Northern Cape. Lamola says the current SACP leadership has deviated from visions of its former leaders such as Moses Kotane, Joe Slovo and Chris Hani. A showdown is looming over the marches after the Gauteng government demanded a 2 million rand guarantee from the ANC Youth League to hold the marches to the Chamber of Mines, the JSE, and the Union buildings. League President Julius Malema is refusing to pay, saying the marches are for poor people. The trial of 6 men arrested in connection with a cocaine bust of nearly 500 million rand is set to get underway today at the Knysna Circuit High Court in the Southern Cape. The drugs were found on board a yacht at the coastal town. 2 engineers from Cape Town, the owner of the yacht from Port Elizabeth, and 3 Chinese nationals were arrested in Knysna last year following a tip-off. Police spokesperson Malcolm Poki says the men face charges of dealing in cocaine.
The court case is scheduled to begin then. They were last caught during December 2010 at the Knysna case. We've seized the boat as well as a shipment of cocaine that was confiscated.
The 3 Chinese nationals and the owner of the boat are still in police custody, while the 2 Cape Town marine engineers are out on bail of 10,000 rand each. And lastly, a grenade attack on a nightclub in the center of the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, has injured 14 people. The grenade was thrown in the club early this morning. The motive is not clear. The attack comes a week after Kenya sent troops into Somalia to track down members of the militant group Al-Shabaab, which Nairobi blames for a series of kidnappings in recent weeks. Al-Shabaab had threatened reprisal attacks if the troops did not leave. The Al-Qaeda-linked Islamist group, which controls much of southern and central Somalia, has denied carrying out any abductions. Catch the latest news anytime here on Newsbreak Option 1.